Now that you've cloned the sprite and made it fall from the sky, you need to make it fall at a random rate. Watch the screencast for ideas on how to do that, then try on your own. To do this, use a repeat block with the wait block that causes the sprite to wait a random amount of time. Click on the control menu and place a forever block around the create clone of myself block. If you were to run this now, the computer would create new objects, each with their own instructions to follow, as fast as it could. While it may seem like computers can easily do many different things at once, too many instructions running at the same time can really slow a computer down. This is a common problem that computer scientists run into while creating software and websites. Luckily, for this game, you won't need to create that many clones. Add a wait 1 second block to this loop and test it. Watch what happens. Right now, the computer will wait 1 second each time the loop is run. This essentially creates a new clone every second. Now that there are multiple sprites falling, you may notice a couple of problems. One sprite never moves. And 2, once clones land, they just stay there. To handle the sprite that never moves, simply hide the first sprite and show all the clones. If you think back, you did solve a similar problem on day 6 in the spawning enemies activity. Awesome. Now, what about the sprites that land and don't disappear? You could hide these sprites, but then the computer would still be responsible for remembering that they're there. This isn't a problem if there are just a few sprites, but imagine a game where a player has over 100 sprites falling. That's a lot of sprites for the computer to keep track of. Imagine opening 20 to 100 different programs on your computer. Even if you're not using each program, the computer must use memory to keep them open, and that slows it down drastically. So in this case, choose the delete this clone block and attach it to the bottom of the when I start as a clone stack. Now this clone will be deleted after the code runs. Test your code again. Nice. The sprites are falling at the same rate right now, but this game would be more unpredictable if the sprites fell randomly. Go to the operators menu and select a pick random block. Try experimenting with the values. First, plug in something like 1 to 3. Now, take the pick random block and place it inside the wait 1 second block. Now the block will wait 1 to 3 seconds each time it runs, creating clones that appear at a random rate. Tinker with the values until the rate at which the clones appear feels right for your game. Now it's your turn. Add a forever loop with the wait block and random operator. Then use a delete this clone block to make the clones disappear after they've fallen. Make sure to duplicate your code so that you can get the second sprite to fall too.